So I just did a video a few weeks ago talking about my biggest physical media regrets. And that video did pretty well. You guys seem to enjoy it. So what do you do when something's successful and people like it? Well, you rush the sequel into development. So here it is, everyone. My biggest physical media regrets, Volume 2. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, and we are here today for another installment of my biggest physical media regrets. This is Volume 2 of the Physical Media Regrets saga over here at Mid-Level Media. Maybe there'll be a Volume 3. I don't know, because I was going through some of these titles. I was like, damn, I regret a lot. I regret a lot. Look, at the end of the day, I'm still proud of the collection that I have built, even though there are some titles I'm not super happy with. And really what this video is about is I'm not trying to say like I necessarily want to get rid of these. I want to sell these off. Like they're in the collection now. And that's just kind of that. Now, maybe I'll get rid of some of them at some point, but a lot of these still add value to the collection and I can appreciate them on that level. This is more so about like if I had to do it over again, like if I did it again, if I put myself back, like knowing what I know now, would I get these again? If the answer is no, then they are physical media regrets. So that's kind of what this video is about. Even though there's some pretty cool stuff that we'll talk about here today. Now there's stuff that we're going to talk about today that adds no value to the collection like whatsoever. And I'm excited to get into that because I think that you guys, if you've been watching the channel for a length of time, you're going to remember some of these titles that I picked up in the past for very stupid reasons. But anyway, guys, if you like this, physical media stuff, this kind of content, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We don't just talk about things that we're regretful for. We also talk about things that we're excited about, that we love, in physical media. I do reviews, I do unboxings, I do showcases of just various physical media releases. We talk about upcoming titles coming out, news, and all that kind of stuff, guys. If you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, hit that subscribe button. And then comment down below, guys, have you ever been regretful buying any physical media? Is there something in your collection? Are there multiple titles in your collection that you're like, you look at and you're like, why did I get this? Sometimes you're just like that. I browse my collection often. That's one of the best things about having a large physical media collection. You can just kind of browse it, and then you'll look at this title and you'll be like, why did I get this? Like, I don't even know why I got it. Look, if you have those titles, let me know what they are. Let's kind of play off of where we started in Volume 1 and talk about some more Marvel, Disney titles. But I want to talk about Target exclusives in particular. And I don't think that these are all Marvel, Disney titles, but most of them are. Most of them are superhero titles. Or actually, I got some DC in here as well. But I wanted to talk about these Target editions because I talked about this in the last video, how when I was just getting into like, kind of starting up a 4K and Blu-ray collection, like I really wanted to get into that collector's space, that collector's mindset. So I was grabbing these like Best Buy editions, I was grabbing the Target editions, and oftentimes I would buy two. I would buy two of the same movie. I would buy the Target edition of this Marvel film, and I would buy the Best Buy Steelbook of that because I'm like, oh, I'm going to start collecting, and that's just kind of where my mindset was. So the first one that I want to bring up is Deadpool 2. Now this is a Target edition. I did not get the Best Buy 4K Steelbook, and I can't exactly remember why. I can't remember why. Like maybe it sold out or something, or maybe I just decided that I would rather have this and I couldn't get both. Maybe I just didn't have the money that week. There was too much stuff coming out. I can't remember, but this is the only version of Deadpool 2 that I have. And, I was into collecting 4K at the time, so I don't know why I just chose to get the Target edition, the Blu-ray, instead of the 4K. And I think this is like 30 bucks. And I think my mindset was like, oh, this has got like a cool storybook like in it. Like this is a cool edition. It's a cooler edition, even though like the 4K is the better quality. I should have got the 4K to match my original Deadpool on 4K, but it's got like a storybook inside. It's kind of stupid. I don't know, like maybe this is worth something. I have no idea. Like I said in the last video, I don't really like check this stuff out and see if this is worth anything or not. But this is one that like I might give away at some point, or I might try to sell off at some point and maybe just get the regular 4K of Deadpool 2. If it's still in stock or if it's still in print, I have no idea. I mean, this was a Fox title before I think Disney bought Fox. Like this came out on Blu-ray and 4K, I think maybe the year before Disney bought Fox. But yeah, Deadpool 2, I definitely regret getting this. I should have just got the regular 4K with the slipcover and just called it a day. but also all these other Marvel movies that I got the Blu-ray, editions of, the Target exclusives, which I still have like all these wrapped. I got Thor Ragnarok, I got Black Panther, I got the Wonder Woman digipack right here, which is kind of cool. It's got a lenticular cover. Now I did actually open this one up, and it's got like a booklet inside and everything. And this was one of the first Target editions I ever got. It might be the first, but I got the 4K Steelbook, so it's like I didn't need the Blu-ray edition of this. And I love the 4K Steelbook of Wonder Woman. I don't regret getting that. I think it's a really nice Best Buy exclusive Steelbook for sure. But it's like I didn't need this digipack, and I think this was like 30 bucks when it came out on Blu-ray. And then also the same with Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther. I bought the 4K Steelbooks, which I've expressed regret over getting the 4K Steelbooks, which the 4K Steelbooks of both of these like aren't great either. And I didn't even show those off in the last video. Like I said, if I had it to do over again, I just would have got like the standard 4K slips for all the Marvel films and just had a more like unison, because my Marvel collection's like all over this place. It's like these digibooks right here. There's steel books. There's slip covers, because I started buying the slip covers, I think starting with maybe Captain Marvel. And yeah, that's just what I started doing. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, I kind of regret getting these, because these weren't like cheap. These were like 30, 35 bucks, something like that. And then this Bohemian Rhapsody edition right here, which I've also seemed to have opened up. But I didn't open up the thing that's inside, whatever this is. It's like a little digibook or digipack or something like that. But I love this movie when I saw it in the theaters. Oh, it's like a 24-page gallery book or something like that. But I got the 4K Steelbook from Best Buy. And that's the only way that I'm going to watch this movie on physical media is the 4K, because the 4K looked incredible. I'm not going to watch it on Blu-ray, so there's really no reason for me to have got this. It just makes no sense. So this is definitely a regret. If I had it to do over again, I would have got like, a Scream Factor Arrow title that came out this week. Like, I don't know why I was wasting my money grabbing like multiple editions of these Marvel films. And biopics, music biopics. This is the one kind of outlier here. But yeah, so those are regrets for sure. Next up, we'll get into like 6 titles at once. So in the early days of mid-level media, guys, I was very conservative with my money and my budget. I was not going out there every week. And I say that, but I just showed off like all these, like, these were kind of like my weeks where I would splurge, is when this kind of stuff came out. But normally I would just go to Best Buy. I would browse around the steel books, but I wouldn't grab them like very often, unless it was a Marvel movie or Star Wars or something like that, because they were like 35, 40 bucks. So I would usually go for the regular standard editions, but sometimes I would just be like, I'll just wait till the price drops on those, and I'll grab me one of these RLJE releases, because these were very cheap back in the day. Most of these are like genre horror films. These were like 12, 13 bucks. And in my mind, like, I'm getting a hell of a deal, like getting a Blu-ray with a nice slip cover for 12 or 13 bucks. So I would go in there every week, and it felt like there would be at least 2 or 3 of these that would come out like every single month. And a lot of these were Shudder originals. So I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. I'll pick these up and stuff like that with the slip cover, put them on the shelf. They just felt like they were very collectible and also very cheap at the same time. And I got movies. Now, some of these were good. Like Host was very good. I've got several of them over there. We got, I'm trying to think, Mortuary Collection, When Evil Lurks, which kind of came out more recently. Random Acts of Violence. I really enjoyed that one. So sometimes like you would get some good ones in there, but sometimes you would get stuff like Panic. And this movie's actually called Satanic Panic. And I must have got this one at Walmart maybe, because you take the slipcover off and it says the full title, but Walmart put out this slipcover without Satanic Panic because they didn't want satanic on their covers. Walmart's always pulling some funny stuff with their releases, like back in the day, not wanting or having to put the parental advisory, or they didn't have the CDs with parental advisory. Like they had the edited ones at Walmart back in the day. So Walmart didn't want a slip cover. They didn't want to cover with Panic or Satanic Panic. So we have the real title underneath, and then we just have Panic over top of it. But yeah, this is a movie with Rebecca Romijn in it, and I didn't enjoy it that much. So I kind of regret getting that, even though these are kind of cheap. Jacob's Wife with Barbara Crampton. It's like a vampire film. I didn't think that was very good either. I've heard some people say that they actually like that, but I wasn't a huge fan. Seance kind of sucked pretty bad. I was disappointed with this one because it was from the writer of Your Next, Simon Barrett. and also the guest. So I just thought it would be better. I think he directed it too. And yeah, I guess the X factor with him is having Adam Wingard as his partner, because I don't think Adam worked on this movie with him. But this was really just boring and slow, and I did not enjoy that one. Silent Nights. I talked about this a couple of years ago because I was watching a bunch of Christmas horror movies. This has a very interesting premise. It's like the end of the world is coming, and they're all like getting ready to off themselves, but they're also spending Christmas Eve together. So it's kind of like a family like drama for a little bit, and also kind of an apocalyptic film. But I just think it kind of goes off the rails and gets lost in the messaging and the themes. And it's a very slow moving movie as well. So I didn't end up liking that one too much. Also, the man who killed, I think I've talked about this before, but the man who killed Hitler, and also Bigfoot. This one got a Steelbook recently. This does not deliver on the premise at all. It's got Sam Elliott in it. I love Sam Elliott, but this movie is not very good. And then Scare Me, I was not a huge fan of either. And this guy directed something that came out recently, and I cannot for the life of me think of what he directed recently, but I think that I watched it. And I cannot remember what the hell that it was. Oh, it was Hard Eyes. That's what it was. He directed Hard Eyes recently. I wasn't a huge fan of Hard Eyes either. So like something with this guy's style and his comedy, Josh Rubin, I just don't vibe with. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one either. So those are all titles that, again, I'm not like super regretful of them, but I mean, you put all these together, 13, 14 bucks a piece, and you're looking at like, close to $90 with tax. So that's kind of a waste right there for all those. And I've got a lot of the RLJE stuff. Some of them hit, some of them don't, but those are just examples of ones that I just should have done my research on. Next up, let's talk about Megan and Violent Night. I knew damn good and well these are going to get 4Ks or 4K Steelbooks from Universal, because that's the game they play. But I bought these anyway. Now, I bought Megan because my daughter was interested in the movie. She wanted to watch it. So I guess I kind of don't regret getting this, but at the same time, I spent $23 on this brand new. I think Violent Night I maybe got on a sale for 10 bucks. But the thing is as soon as I bought this for 10 bucks, they announced this right here, the 4K Steelbook. So when they announced the Steelbook, I was like, oh, I got to get the Steelbook. The Steelbook is freaking awesome. And then they also announced a 4K Steelbook of Megan, of course. And I got both of them because I like the designs on both of them. I thought they were pretty cool. And they're 4Ks. And I think they also got standalone 4Ks as well, just regular 4Ks. But yeah, I regret getting those Blu-rays because I should have just waited and just, don't play the Universal game. Is that what I'm trying to say? I shouldn't have played the Universal game. I did it again with Abigail, but I was happy with Abigail on Blu-ray, and I don't like that movie enough to upgrade to 4K. Anyway, these movies I actually really enjoyed, and I actually saw the value in upgrading to 4K. But yeah, Megan's just a cool Steelbook, so I had to get it, just for that. And I'm hoping that Megan 2.0 has just as cool of a Steelbook. Next up, guys, I'm not going to get like super into this because I made an entire video on it, and I ended up on a Reddit forum with like so many people just talking crap about me, which is fine. You guys can say what you want about me. It's fine. But Happiness on 4K from Criterion. So I brought up Bubba Hotep in the last video. This movie, like next to Bubba Hotep, they're probably like the two movies that people like recognize this channel for like hating on the most, I feel like, at this point, because people still bring up Happiness in my comment section. They bring up Bubba Hotep just kind of messing with me and joking around. And yeah, this was one that I didn't know much about. I just heard it was a pretty fun, like romantic comedy from 1998, kind of raunchy. And I didn't really like look too much into it, but it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it. The cast seemed good enough to kind of blind buy and check out. But I watched this, like, I think it was like a Saturday night or something, and I felt like I had to take like 10 showers when I got done watching it. I'm not going to get into the details of like the things that happen in this, but I just was not a fan of some of the material that was in this movie, and the way that it was kind of portrayed in the film as well. I just thought was a little gross and a little disgusting. So I just I didn't like that. Why do I still have it in the collection? I don't know, to be completely honest. The easy answer is I just have a hard time getting rid of stuff, like no matter what, because if anything, like I can come back and make videos like this talking about these past titles. So they still serve like some kind of a use to me. But yeah, I'm not going to say this movie sucks. I'm not going to say that, because a lot of people really enjoy this movie. So I'm not going to say it's a bad film. It's not for me. And I did not like this at all. And to be honest, like I really do just need to get rid of this in the collection. It does not deserve to be here anymore. At least not in my collection. It deserves to be somewhere where somebody can enjoy it. All right, so let's talk about a couple of Steelbooks that I regret. We got Creed 2, and this Steelbook it's a nice Steelbook, but I've got all the Rocky films, just a regular like 4K set. I don't have Steelbooks for any other Rocky movie. I've got Creed on 4K. I just bought it. I got Creed 3 4K, and the one just kind of standout here is Creed 2. Now, I could just buy Creed 2 on 4K so it matches the others and sell this off, but I'm like, I don't know why I got the 4K Steelbook. I just don't know why. I know it's cool, and you got Sly on the back right there, but I just should have got the regular standard 4K. I don't know why I got the Steelbook, but there you go. Next up, we got House of a Thousand Corpses, Blu-ray Steelbook. And it's a cool Steelbook, but this was back when I felt like I had to get all the Lionsgate Limited, or not Lionsgate Limited, that's the new line, but all the Lionsgate Steelbooks, because they came out with a really awesome like box set of House of a Thousand Corpses, which I bought. I've got it, but I didn't need to double dip and get this as well. There's like no reason for me to have done that because it's the same Blu-ray. And then when they eventually, and I think that they probably will eventually upgrade it to 4K, I'll have to buy the movie again on 4K, and they'll probably do a Steelbook of it on 4K. So there was no reason for me to buy 2 editions of House of a Thousand Corpses on Blu-ray. Just didn't make sense, but I did it anyway. Next up, guys, we got a couple of recent purchases. I mean, look, guys, I regret things, even if it's from like, 4 months ago. Sometimes I just regret things, but I got Paradise. And I got Heavenly Bodies, which it says Scratch Dance, but it's actually called Heavenly Bodies. Now, these are from Fun City Editions. These could be great movies. I haven't watched them yet, but I regret this because I thought these were going to come with like nice collectible slipcovers because that's what the picture showed, and they did not. And I think the slipcovers were exclusive to the Fun City website. That's why they didn't. I got these from Diabolic, but still, like, these are pretty expensive. They were like $32 a piece. They're not 4Ks. They're just Blu-rays. And, I could love the movies. But I haven't seen them, and I didn't need to spend like $65 on 2 Blu-rays with no slipcovers. I could have eventually got these like in a sale, maybe on Amazon, which they're probably on Amazon. This one I got last year. I was pretty excited when I got this, but now that I think about it, I'm like, this was just really dumb, and I don't do stuff like this like ever because it's just so dumb, and I'm smarter than this, and I'm better than this, but I do love this movie. Revenge. So I regretted not getting the Second Sight edition back in the day. This is pretty much when I discovered Second Sight, was Revenge. I think they put this out back in 2019, but I wasn't like super into collecting like the box set stuff. They did a Blu-ray of it in the States, and it was like 13 or 14 bucks. So I just picked up the Blu-ray, the regular Blu-ray with the slipcover. But this was beautiful, and I've always kind of wanted it, and I found it on eBay. It's been out of print for quite some time, and I bought it for $100. And I think with shipping, it was like $105. And this is just a regular like edition. It's got some new features on it, which is pretty cool. It's got a little booklet inside. It's a beautiful box set with incredible artwork. But the other thing is, it's just a Blu-ray. Like, it's not a 4K. And I feel like somebody at some point is going to do this movie in 4K because, we just got The Substance, Coralie for Jeet, I believe is how you pronounce her name, but it's probably something else. She just had The Substance come out, so she's kind of on the map. I feel like at some point they'll do Revenge at 4K, whether it's Second Sight or Arrow or somebody else or Vinegar Syndrome, who knows who will get this. But I feel like this movie will get a 4K at some point. I didn't need to get this Blu-ray edition, and I certainly didn't need to spend $100 to get this Blu-ray edition as well. So that's a regret, even though I freaking love that movie. I love that movie. And next up, guys, just a few releases just some partner label releases from Vinegar Syndrome that I'm like, why? I was just looking at the collection. I haven't watched these. Like, they could be great films, but I'm like, why did I get these? Like, I just don't get it. I got Assholes. Like, what is this? What is that? Is that blood or shit on her face? What is that? Uh, like, I feel like I've heard like some pretty wild, like weird things about this movie, but it's just a movie I can't ever see myself like going to the shelf and saying, "Oh, I want to watch Assholes tonight." I don't know, maybe I will. I think I got this for like $12, like in a sale, so I didn't spend like too much on it, but it's just like, why did I get this? I don't get it. Then I got this like double pack comedies. I got Hot Under the Collar and Virgin High, and I think one of them's got Linnea Quigley in it, and it's a nice looking edition. It's got some cool artwork on it, but it's like these are like just really bad like 80s sex comedies, and I haven't seen. Look, I just watched like half of the Bikini Car Wash movies, and I imagine that these movies are probably just like those. And it's like you think these movies are going to be like Revenge of the Nerds or some of those like more like top tier 80s like sex comedies, and they're just kind of really bad. And these are probably really bad too. And it's like, sure, you can watch them to appreciate some nude girls or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, guys. It's like I don't get like super into that. I want some like actual like story and actually like some comedy like American Pie, some a type of movie that you can enjoy the story and also enjoy, the things that go along with it, the more raunchier elements of it. And again, I haven't seen this, but it's just like I probably bought this because I'm like, oh, these are probably like Revenge of the Nerds and Porky's and all these other movies I really like, from the 80s. But then you watch them and it's like, oh, these are just like straight to video, low budget, just schlocky nothing comedy movies. And maybe these are great. I don't know. But just like watching the Bikini Car Wash, and there was another one I watched from MVD Rewind. There's been a couple of them. I forget the title of the other one, but it's just like these are just not good movies, and I don't really see myself rewatching these at any point in time. So I don't know why I got that. I think this is like 35 or $40 too. It's like I don't know why I got that. Next up we got Effects. And I think I got this because it was like Tom Savini directed it or something. It's a 4K. I don't know exactly why I got this, but it's still in the plastic. I haven't watched it. And this was like, I think this was like $40 as well. I remember getting this. I think I got this and I got this at the same time. And then I got something else. And it was like $110 to get these three releases. And it's like, why? Like, I didn't need to do that. That's why I'm really like trying to slow down and pick my spots with Vinegar Syndrome and some of the partner labels. And I did order not a ton, but I did get quite a bit during the sale. But they were all titles that I could see myself watching and was actually like interested in. But I'll be doing a video on that pretty soon on the channel. Well, I don't want to pick on Vinegar Syndrome. I really don't. But we got a couple more to talk about here. We get David Cronenberg's Existence. And I don't like the cover on this one at all. The hairy belly button chest. Why is Vinegar Syndrome doing all these hairy covers? Like, what is this? Hairy chest covers. What is going on? The premise to this movie was really cool, but like 30 minutes into the movie, I was just bored out of my mind. I didn't think it was interesting. I thought the performances were kind of bad. I mean, you got Jude Law in the film. You got freaking, God, what is her name? I'm trying to think of God, why can I single white female? God, why can I not think of her name? It's gonna drive me nuts. I gotta look on the Jennifer Jason Leigh. Look, I'm sorry, guys. Look, I'm getting older, and when you do these kind of videos talking about a variety of titles, you can get lost in your head and your thoughts sometimes. But yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh, like the cast was really good. And I just did not enjoy this one at all. I thought it went into the most uninteresting directions it could possibly go, like given the story here. It's a good addition. Like the 4K looks incredible. You got good special features. Like Vinegar Syndrome always does top tier work when it comes to that. I just didn't enjoy the movie. And this is one that I paid like 45 bucks for. Now, one thing I will note is that this did sell out very, very quickly. So it is kind of a limited edition that I have in my collection. So I can appreciate having it again on that level. But again, I just didn't enjoy the movie. And if I had it to do over, I probably wouldn't get this one because there's been a lot of stuff that's sold out from Vinegar Syndrome that I'm not a fan of. And I'm perfectly fine not owning it. Next up, we got Daryl. This is one that I got because I feel the need to collect all the VSUs. And I was kind of really disappointed with this one, really kind of brokenhearted over it because it's got the kid from Neverending Story. The premise was really interesting. I like the little kid kind of scientist, story kind of stuff, government involvement. Usually those can be pretty fun, but this one I just thought was just incredibly kind of boring and stuff. And the packaging on this is nice. I mean, it's a VSU, you got the magnetic case and everything, but I do remember, and I think this was an upgrade from DVD. I don't think it ever gotten a Blu-ray or anything like that. But you know, it was just it was okay. You know, it was okay, and this would cost me like 45 bucks or something to get. So it's like if I wasn't collecting for the VSUs and I just saw this go up, like if it was a partner label release, I wouldn't have got it. But because it was a VSU, I got it. So, you know, and they were on a roll with me, like with Roadhouse and Sidekicks. I freaking love Sidekicks. I loved it since I was a kid. And then Showgirls as well. Like those were like, it was just in the other one that they did. Why am I blanking on another title? Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger. That's a really fun one as well that I remember watching when I was a kid. And I was hoping this would be more along the lines of Cloak and Dagger, but I just didn't find it to be as fun. And actually, I found the special features on this to be pretty weak as well by Vinegar Syndrome standards. All right, guys, the last one well, actually, this is not the last one. We got something else we're going to get into in a second. Or should I just save her for volume 3? No, I brought it over here. We'll talk about it in this video. This is a big one, okay? This is a pretty big one. And I bought this in 2023. There was no real reason for me to buy this. Let me just go ahead and bring it out. The Exorcist Bible Edition. Now, again, I'm not looking to sell this. I'm really not. I think it's going for like 300 right now, maybe on certain like eBay stores and stuff like that. It is a cool edition, but honestly, it's like I got the 4K. I got the 4K Steelbook, the Best Buy Steelbook. I didn't need this. You know, I really didn't. It was $110 or $120 after shipping from Amazon UK, and it's sold out and it's very limited. You know, and it's cool that it's got the Blu-ray in here, you know, with the special features and all that stuff, but I've already got the Blu-ray. So, you know, again, cool edition. It's got the Steelbook with the original poster art on it on the inside, but it's one that, again, if I had to do over again, it's like I miss out on a lot of the UK editions like all the time. Warner Brothers puts out all kinds of awesome UK editions that I don't have. It's like, why did I need this? You know, I didn't, you know, and not for 100. Like maybe I could have got like the regular one. I think there was a regular one that was like 60 bucks, but it's like I didn't need a Bible edition of The Exorcist. Like it doesn't even look that good on the shelf. It just doesn't. So yeah, I regret it. I do regret it, guys. I have to be honest here in these videos. All right, guys, the last thing we're gonna talk. Do you guys remember? You know, back when I started the channel, you know, I was really trying to make entertaining content, make entertaining videos. I was trying to grow my following. I was trying to get out there, and I was trying to make content on a budget, you know, and I couldn't go to Best Buy and spend, you know, hundreds of dollars every single week on new Steelbooks and stuff. So look, at the time, Dollar Tree was just, they were firing on all cylinders. They had new DVDs in stock, new Blu-rays in stock, like every single month. And I was hitting up those Dollar Trees, like a lot of different Dollar Trees, like every week. I think I was making these videos there for a little bit, or at least it felt like it. There was one week I remember making 2 of them. But they were really fun. People seemed to enjoy them, and the titles that I would get were just like, so now sometimes I would find like legitimate movies, but some of the titles I would grab were just like so far out of left field. It's like, why did I will never watch these movies. This is crazy. But let me show you all this. This is how many of these titles that I got from the Dollar Tree, DVDs and Blu-rays, an entire crate, an entire tote of DVDs and Blu-rays from the Dollar Tree. Like I said, I was going very often, at least like twice a month. And every month, I think from maybe like 2018 to 2021, 2022, they pretty much cooled it now. I can't even remember the last time I went to a Dollar Tree and found a DVD and Blu-ray. Usually it's like a Jillian Michaels like workout DVD or something. That's like the only thing they have. So they pretty much stopped doing all that kind of stuff. But the amount of time, look, I got so much stuff like during this time. It was ridiculous. And it was all just to make content. It was all just to make content, guys. It was all just to make entertaining videos for people, to grow my following, to get my name out there in the Blu-ray DVD hunting game, because it was pretty crowded at the time, guys. You had a lot of heavy hitters out there, and I was trying to make a name for myself at the Dollar Tree back in the day. But if you remember, like there were a lot of content creators going to the Dollar Tree like all the time. Like that, it was the hot spot. Like because you could get this stuff for $1, guys. For $1, you get stuff like Killer Man. What is Killer Man? I don't know, but it's got Liam Hemsworth in it. You could get stuff like Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. You could get stuff like Officer Down. I remember when the slipcover for this was very in demand. People were wanting the slipcover to Officer Down. There was a whole Dollar Tree community on the Reddit forums, like trading slipcovers and trading titles that they found at their Dollar Trees, because a lot of Dollar Trees had different titles. This is a movie called 88, and it's got Catherine Isabel in it. And Christopher Lloyd. So I don't know, maybe I'll watch some of these movies at some point, but it's like, why do I have these? We got Left Behind with Nicolas Cage in here. Like, these didn't even deserve to be on the shelf, guys. I've got them in the crate. Age of Heroes. Is that a Sean Bean film? And then you got one with Dolph Lundgren at the bottom. We got Lilla and Eve. There's some fun titles in here, guys. We got Mega Shark. We got Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. We got the Marine 3. We got Cuban Fever, guys. We got Cuban Fever. We got Disturbed Ride. This was pretty cool. This is a Shout Factory Blu-ray, Resistance. And you would find stuff like that, guys. Some boutique stuff. We got Hellride. I mean, maybe I'll watch some of this stuff. We got a movie like Deadheading. We got The Tall Man with Jessica Biel. Oh my goodness, I should have put that on the shelf. You got a deadly place. There are 10 movies in this set, guys. 10 movies in this DVD set. What the hell is in here? Is there anything? Oh, there's some stuff from 1988. There's some Full Moon stuff in here. Oh my God, guys. Yeah, this is not like all new stuff. There's some Don't Go in the House, Shrunken Heads. Yeah, there's a Full Moon movie in here. That's crazy. I gotta go through some of this stuff. You got Day of the Animals in here as well from 1977. That's crazy. Like, there could be some legit movies in there. Lullaby. I got The Raven with John Cusack. We got a Brian De Palma film, Redacted. That's pretty interesting. We got a Cool Duder film, Dead Ants. I remember he was in this film. But yeah, I got a lot of these kind of movies. Canadian Bacon, Locker 13, Monsters. Like, if I keep digging... Oh, here we go. This is it, guys. This is the pinnacle. We got Pumpkins. I remember grabbing Pumpkins on DVD back in the day. It was super fun. What else do we got in here? Let me dig. Oh my goodness, guys. This is crazy. We got... What is this? We got Curse of the Witch Doll. Yeah, there's some really fun, like, horror titles in here. We got The Devil's Fairgrounds. I was just grabbing whatever, so I could have something to talk about when I got to the car, to shoot. This is what I got, guys. The Wind Demons of the Prairie. And I think this is an IFC Midnight film. I feel like I've heard decent things about that one. Some of these might be pretty good. This one's probably really good. The Music Box. The music, it looks pretty scary, guys. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Tremors 5 I got, apparently. So I guess that's cool. We got Wolf Cop. We got Ghost House. The Jackals. Oh, here it is, guys. I made an entire video. I started a series back in the day called, because I was like, what am I going to do with all this crap? So I made a series called The Dollar Tree Diaries, and I reviewed The Bride of Scarecrow. So there you go. Maybe I'll bring that series back. Do you guys want me to do that? All right, guys. I can't go through anymore. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, this looks like a fun one. Sanitarium. Sanitarium. I think yeah, Malcolm McDowell was in this one, and Robert Englund. Damn, that's a great cast. But yeah, again, if I had it to do over again, maybe I would have went to the Dollar Tree a few times, but I feel like I should have maybe taken a different path. And I certainly didn't have to pick all those up. Like, I could have just went in there and shot, and it's like, I didn't have to add all this. Maybe some of these are good, but I didn't have to add all this garbage to the collection. Now they're just sitting in a tote in my closet over there, taking up space. And as I get further into this collecting game, I realize that space is very important, guys. I could have used this tote for something else. But there you have it, guys. There is my Blu-ray 4K DVD Physical Media Regrets Volume 2. I hope you enjoy this. And I feel like I got enough to do a volume 3. I feel like there's enough to dig into for that. So if you'd like to see a volume 3, definitely let me know in the comment section below. But I feel like we delivered here today with the sequel. I feel like it was bigger. I feel like it was badder. I feel like it was better. So let me know how you liked volume 2 in the comment section below as well. Subscribe, like the video, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.